So 7.3b, elementary algebra. Again, we're still subtracting and adding rational expressions, and we are going to be on example 8 now. So let's go ahead and simplify. Top is simplified, bottom we'll make x minus 3. And this one over here is simplified. Can't do anything to that one. Alright, so let's see what we've got. I've got a 2 here. Nope, don't have a 2 there. So I'm going to put a 2 up here and a 2 down there. X minus 3, x minus 3. So we have common denominators. So 5 plus 2 times x over 2 times x minus 3. And we are done, unless of course we want to switch these around to make it 2x plus 5, because usually if you have a variable and just a number there, a constant, you put the variable first. So this is what you end up with. This is not wrong, it's just this is more correct. Okay, so how you doing with these? I know you can't really answer, but are you finding that these are like impossible, or are you finding that so far they're not too bad? I try to make it, because I'm very concrete sequential, meaning I need to have an order, I need to have steps, and then I can do about anything. When I was taking calculus, it didn't matter how hard the problem was. If I knew the steps to find the answer, I just followed the steps and everything worked. So hopefully this is working for you as well. Well, that one's already simplified. And again, I like to put the parentheses on these. This is the difference of two squares. Okay, so let's look here. And I've got an x plus 4, but I have an x minus 4 here, and I don't have one over here. Okay, so let's put all this together. So that's in there, and then we put the 8 there, and we put them all over our common denominator. Now I can simplify this. And lo and behold, I have an x plus 4 there and 1 there, so I can just make that one go away. I'm left with an x minus 4 there. And I am done. Alright, let's look at example, what is it, number 10. And they give us, again, they're getting just a little bit more tricky, but the way they work, the steps are the exact same. Simplify the numerator, make common, or simplify the denominator, find common denominators, and then add the numerators together. So let's go ahead and do this. 2x minus 1, simplify this one. What is that? 3 and 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5. And this over here. And this is the difference between two squares. Alright, now we're going to look and see if we can get a common denominator. X plus 3, x plus 3. X plus 2, don't have one. Now we do. Let's see, so x plus 3, x plus 2, x minus 3 here, we need one over here. Sometimes it helps to give you some space. Okay, so on the top here we have 2x minus 1 times x minus 3 over minus, I'm just pretty much just rewriting all of this just so it looks a little neater. And you're like, you've never really worried about being neat before. Okay, so there's everything simplified. That's all I did was took this and simplified it, and then found common denominators. So notice, everything down here is the same as everything here. Now I can combine. All right, so let's move a bunch of this stuff out of here. Okay, so there is what I have thus far with common denominators, and that's what I'm going to be looking at. So this is why you learn FOIL, is so we could look at that and look at that, because we can't combine these with that minus sign until we do the FOIL method. So let's go ahead and do the FOIL method here. First, outside, inside, last. And then my common denominator, I just go ahead and rewrite. All right, I'm going to do the same thing here. First, outside, inside, last. Okay, now we can start combining things. We're going to combine all of this right there and put it over one common denominator. So let's do this in green. Now remember, this minus sign means minus everything on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a parenthesis on there to show that we're going to subtract everything. So that minus means that everything in here is just going to change its sign. Minus x squared minus 2x minus 1x minus 2. So whenever we take the parentheses off, we have to change the sign of everything. Okay, let's not write this denominator here right now. We'll save it to the end so I have enough room. So I have 2x squared minus x squared gives me 1x squared. So those go away. Negative 6x minus 1 is negative 7x. Minus 2 is negative 9. Minus 1, negative 10. 3 minus 2 is 1. And now we'll put them over our denominator, and we'll just write it 1. It's just because if you have like 1/2 plus 3/2, that is 1 plus 3 over the denominator once. So that's what I did, is just listed that denominator one time. Alright, so the question is, am I done? Can I break this down into, can I break that top into two binomials? You know how you get an x here, two numbers multiplied together give you 1, added give you negative 10? No, it doesn't break down. So because it doesn't break down, we call this our answer and we're done. And on we go. X squared minus 25. Alright, let's simplify. Top doesn't do anything. Bottom, factor out of 2. 5 over Okay, let's see what we're missing. I have a 2 here. I don't have one there. So a 2 there and a 2 there. X plus 5. Okay, I'm good to go. But I have an x minus 5 there. Don't have one there. So let's put one up here. And go ahead and put parentheses here. Okay, so now I have all 3 there and all 3 there. So let's do the FOIL method with the numerator. First, outside, inside, oops, last. And then here I'm going to get 10. Okay. So let's go ahead and combine those. All over. And let's do this in salmon. X squared. 4x minus 5x is negative x. Negative 20 minus 10 is negative 30 over. Okay, let's move some stuff up. And that is what we're going to be working with. So let's go ahead and go from there. Let's take our x squared minus x minus 30 and see if we can break it into two binomials. Two numbers multiplied together give me negative 30, added give me negative 1. That's going to be a 6 and a 5, I bet. So negative 6 plus 5 over. And look what we can do. We got that and that. We can cancel because we're canceling the entire group. And that gives me an x minus 6 on top and a 2 times x minus 5 on the bottom. And I'm done. Okay, so that is it for 7.3b lecture.